Alright, and we are live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat mga kaguran. Of course, welcome back to Gurong Pinoy. Hello sa lahat ng members ng Team Bruner. Again, our Team Bruner babies are those who will be taking the LET under the new TOS. And again, your licensure exam for teachers is going to be on March next year. Okay, next year. Munti ko nang sabihin next school year. So again, hello po sa lahat ng members ng Team Bruner. Again, if you are a member of Team Bruner, pwede ka pong sumagot ng ating quizzes, pwede mo pong i-download yung ating PDF files. And of course, pwede pong balikan yung ating full-length video. Kasama na po yung inyong pre-board, yung inyong diagnostic test na kasama na rin. Mid-review exam is going to be this December, yung inyong pre-board, and of course, final coaching kasama na classified files. Okay, so again, becoming a member of Team Bruner has so many advantages, so many benefits, and of course, you can enjoy those benefits until the day that you take the LET. Okay, so again, please do become a member of Team Bruner. We still have a lot of slots left in section B. Now, for your majorship, you can show or you can see the schedule, no, dyan po sa ating majorship. So again, meron po tayong majorship sa Filipino, MAPE, Social Science, TLE, and AFA, no, combined. And of course, English, Math, and Science. They all meet on the schedules that you can find on your screen right now. So again, if you fall in under any of these majorship, pwede pa po kayong humabol. And of course, kahit na ngayon po kayo mag-join, pwede niyo pong balikan yung ating mga videos at ang ating mga files doon po sa inyong FB group. So again, do become a member of Team Bruner and of course, your majorship. Now, we also have our civil service review last Sunday or kahapon ay nagkaroon po tayo ng orientation for civil service, and of course this coming weekend magkakaroon na po ng first sessions for numerical reasoning, and of course on Sunday naman that's verbal reasoning. So if you know someone who will be taking the civil service examination, we have our full online review. No? So again, just send a message to our Facebook page. Now, tonight's discussion is centered on professional education. Paki-like na po, paki-love, and of course, paki-share ng ating video. Very important that you are sharing our video. And of course, start a watch party. Tag your friends so that you may have a chance to win GCash of 500. And if you cannot leave a message or you cannot leave a comment dyan po sa ating Facebook page, that means you are not a follower. So please do follow our Facebook page, and ganoon din po sa ating YouTube channel naman. Please do become one of our subscribers para po makapag-join kayo sa ating discussion tonight. No? So again, we will be discussing 30 items of professional education. Paki-like, love, and share na po ng ating video. Start a watch party. Tag your friends. And of course, let's all have our opening prayer first. Okay, so samahan niyo po ako mga kaguro. Dear Lord, I come to you to ask for your guidance and direction in this study session. I ask that the Holy Spirit fill me with strength, creativity, and understanding to get through my studies without difficulty or sin. Help me hold my focus and attention. Help me to retain all that I learned. Please make my mind sharp and keep distractions at bay. If any part of my studying is weak or lacking in some way, let it be revealed so that I may correct it. Thank you for this opportunity to learn. Amen. All right, now once again, this is Prof. Ed. Paki-like na po, love, and of course, share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends, send us stars on Facebook to show your support, and super chat, super stickers naman po dyan sa ating YouTube channel. Again, share na po yung ating video. We start with question number 1. Okay, number 1. On which theory is teacher A's practice of conducting her lessons in a way that her students are taught to discover and perceive new relationships for insight and understanding based? Would it be letter A, cognitive theory, letter B, humanist theory, letter C, physiological theory, or letter D, behaviorist theory? Okay, what is our choice for question number 1? Number 1 kaya, tumpak ka agad? Or number 1 kaya, pambungad na ligwak? Okay, I see a lot of letter A's. Some more answers, please. Okay, I see a lot of letter A's, and that indeed is the right choice. Okay, so letter A ang tumpak na choice for question number 1. Okay, so your hints here would be discover and perceive new relationships for insight and understanding. Okay, so insight and understanding, that would be your cognitive theory. Okay, so cognitive learning theory focuses on the internal processes surrounding information and memory. Now, how do you analyze information, how do you process information, and how do you store them in your memory. Okay, so that would be under your cognitive theory. Your humanist theory or humanistic theory of teaching and learning is an educational theory that believes in teaching the whole child. So sabi ng humanist naman, dapat you should be teaching the whole child, dapat nag-e-enjoy yung bata. Okay, so hindi masyadong technical, yan yung sinasabi ng humanist theory mo. And of course, when you say physiological theory, this suggests that responses within the body are responsible for emotions. Now, physiological. When you say physiology, these are the different functions in our body. Okay, so different responses are controlled or are responsible for our emotions. Then, of course, we all know the meaning of behaviorist theory. You know, behavior is affected by our environment. Okay, environment, of course, the shaping of the environment, the different rewards, consequences, the different conditioning that you might put the child under. Okay, so but then for number 1, letter A po ang ating tumpak na choice. Okay, so question number 1, karamihan sa inyo ay tumpak. We move on with question number 2. Okay, nasabi na natin yung behaviorist na emphasizes how people interact with their environment. Okay, number 2, Batas Pambansa Bilang 232, otherwise known as the Education Act of 1982, is a framework for the establishment of an integral system of education relevant to the goals of national development. Likewise, it declares the rights of the educational community. Who comprise the educational community? Would it be letter A, parents, students, teachers, school administration? Letter B, schools, community, non-teaching personnel, teachers. Letter C, LGUs, students, parents, and GOs. Or letter D, teachers and GOs, public schools, private schools. Okay, so this is based upon Batas Pambansa 232, otherwise known as your Education Act of 1982. And the question is, sino yung nagko-compose ng ating educational community? When you say educational community, who are this? Okay, I see a lot of letter A's. And letter A is tumpak. Okay, so parents, students, teachers, school administration po yung ating community. Let's take a look at your slide. Okay, so under Section 6 of BP 232, definition of terms ito, no? The members and elements of the educational community are, unang-una, parents or guardians, pag wala yung parents, or the head of the institution or foster home. Kapag yung bata ay nakatira sa isang foster home, yung head ng foster home would stand as the guardian or the parent. Secondly, you have the students and pupils. We all know the difference between your students and your pupils. No? So students usually would use this for high school or beyond. And of course, you have pupils naman for elementary. School personnel, this would include all persons working for an educational institution, which includes the following. Hindi ko na in-include dito, but of course you have your teaching staff, the non-teaching personnel, the guidance counselors, your librarians, okay? So magkakasama silang lahat dyan. Your admin, kasama din sa inyong school personnel. And of course, the last one would be the schools or institutions recognized by the state which undertake educational operations. Okay, so yung pinaka malapit sa ating choices would be parents, students, teachers, and school administration. Okay, so hindi po schools, community, non-teaching personnel, and teachers kasi of course non-teaching personnel and teachers would fall under your school personnel. No? School personnel sila, kulang ito ng ating students. Ang letter B mo, kulang po ng students and parents. Your letter C, although may students and parents, kulang naman siya sa parte ng paaralan. No? Wala yung school personnel mo, wala yung schools. Local government units and your non-government organizations po ay hindi kasali. And so letter D is also wrong because of your NGOs. Okay, so the correct choice there would be letter A. Okay, we move on sa mga nasaktan, no? Sa mga naligwak, okay lang po yan. Okay, we move on with question number 3. To achieve meaningful teaching and learning process, it is best to link and relate the lesson to the life of the student by integrating a relevant value in the lesson. Which among the following agrees with this principle? Letter A, share lesson objectives, outcomes with students. Letter B, no need to write smart lesson objectives. Letter C, lesson objectives, outcomes integrated with 2 or 3 domains, the cognitive, the skill, and affective. Affective ito dapat na hindi po effective. And letter D, begin with a goal or objective in mind. Okay, what's your choice? Number 3. Okay, letter C, karamihang choice niyo for number 3. Okay, so sabi ng number 3 mo, para maging meaningful yung inyong teaching and of course yung learning ng inyong estudyante, dapat nililink mo and nire-relate mo yung inyong lesson sa relevant sa life ng inyong student at dapat meron kang dinadagdag na relevant value in your lesson. Okay, so dapat may value. And so that means hindi lamang dapat cognitive, hindi lamang psychomotor, but the correct choice would be letter C. You should have 2 or 3 domains. No? So hindi lamang focus on cognitive, hindi lamang the development of the mind, hindi lamang skills, your psychomotor, but it should also include your affective learning. No? So again, this should have been affective, hindi po effective. So when you say affective, values integration. Okay, so values should be integrated whenever you make your lesson plan. No? And naaalala ko when I was practice teaching, our practice teaching supervisor would always make sure na yung lesson plan namin would have at least one objective under the cognitive, one objective under the psychomotor, and also one objective under the affective domain. No? Kaya alam, medyo mahirap kasi nakaka-nosebleed gumawa ng affective na objective. So usually appreciate, lalong-lalo na sa math, no? Appreciate. Pag meron silang group work, pwede mong ilagay na work cooperatively. Okay, communicate with the group mates. Okay, under appreciate lagi yung naaalala kong palaging nakalagay no sa mga math teachers natin. So again, it should not only include the cognitive and the psychomotor but also your affective domain. Okay, so dapat po merong relevant value, merong values integration. Okay, so or lesson appreciation yung tinatawag natin. So letter C for number 3 is tumpak. Ayan, sabi ni Facebook user, yes, sakit sa ulo mag-isip ng 3 domain. Alright, we go to number 4. The paaralan sa bawat barangay takes its roots in the establishment of one primary school in every municipality as mandated by letter A, the Educational Act of 477, letter B, the Educational Act of 1982, letter C, the Educational Act of 1901, or letter D, the Educational Decree of 1863. Okay, what is our choice? Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Algene Einstein or Sir Algene Einstein, sana answer ko letter C, kaya lang nakita ko effective. Okay, sa let po, no, kahit sa actual let, ang dami pong typo. Okay, so masyado pong maraming typo. So we should not be expecting your let to be perfect, no, in grammar, in structure, spellings, typo, meron po mga items na paulit-ulit. Okay, so of course, human lang din naman ng tagagawa ng ating let. And so, ganun din po sa let, no? Marami po tayo magiging typo errors. Okay, number 4, D. Karamiang choice ninyo is letter D, and that is correct. Now, the Educational Decree of 1863. This decree provided for the establishment of primary school for boys and girls in each town of the country. Okay, so paaralan sa bawat barangay would fall under this category. Now, what about the rest of your choices? Ang letter A po ay hindi about education, so hindi ko na siya sinama dito. No, letter B, BP 232 po itong Education Act of 1982, and it provided for the establishment and maintenance of an integrated system of education. Okay, so that's your BP 232, yung DepEd, CHED, and TESDA. Okay, so yan yung ating integrated system of education. Then, of course, you have your Education Act of 1901. This is also under the virtue of Act number 74, and this established or installed a highly centralized public school system. Okay, so public school system, ang Education Act of 1901, and we all know that this would be under the American rule. No? So access to education, public school system was established by the Americans. Yung Educational Decree of 1863, under po ito sa ating mga Spanish, sa Spaniards pa, yung ating letter D. But that is the correct choice. Okay, correct choice, letter D. We go to number 5. Okay. Which move liberalized access to education during the Spanish period? Letter A, the provision of vocational training for school-age children. Letter B, the education of illiterate parents. Letter C, the establishment of at least one primary school for boys and girls in each municipality. Or letter D, the hiring of tribal tutors to teach children. So number 5 is well connected to your number 4. Okay, sana hindi makalimot na mabilis, no? Huwag mabilis makalimot. Dapat ating sinusuri yung mga questions. Minsan pa parehas lang yung concept, iba lang yung words na ginagamit. Okay, what is our choice? Sabi ni Sir Alcidro Paso, sa question sa let tayo talaga dapat mag-adjust. Tama. Okay, maraming adjustments. All right, letter C, and that of course is tumpak. Okay, so letter C po ang tumpak. Ganito lang din kanina yung ating question, di ba? Establishment of at least one primary school for boys and girls. Again, this was during the Spanish period, no? Educational decree natin kanina. Okay, so letter C is tumpak for number 5. We go to number 6. When the distribution is skewed to the right, the test is said to be letter A, very difficult. Letter B, very easy. Letter C, average or moderately difficult. Or letter D, not too easy nor difficult. Okay, what's your choice? Number 6. Question number 6. Ano kaya ang tumpak na choice? I see A for number 6. May C, may B din. Okay, so C, average or moderately difficult. Okay, but karamihang choice niyo is letter A for number 6. Okay, so sabi dito number 6 mo, when the distribution is skewed to the right, the test is said to be, the correct choice here is very difficult. Okay, so very difficult. Waba si Ma'am Shirlette, basic pa daw, pero naligwa. Okay, so again, letter A, very difficult po yung ating hinahanap dito. No? So let's take a look at your slide. Okay, so skewed to the right. Pag sinabi mong skewed to the right or positively skewed, kasi pag sinabi nating skewedness, we are not pertaining to the clump of scores, no? Hindi sa karamihan ng scores, but we are pertaining to the tail, sa kukonting scores. So when you say skewed to the right or positively skewed, kukonte yung mga nakakuha ng scores to the right of your graph. Okay, so to the right of your Cartesian plane. So that means kukonte yung mga nakakuha ng matataas na scores, mas marami yung naligwak. Okay, and so that means it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Most of the scores are low. Now, when you say skewed to the left or negatively skewed, mas kukonte yung mababa yung score. Again, when you say skewedness, we are pertaining to the tail, hindi po sa clump or hindi po sa karamihan ng score. So that means mas kukonti yung nakakuha ng mabababang scores, mas marami yung matataas yung score. And so pag skewed to the left or negatively skewed, the test was very easy. Most of the students got high scores. So basta tandaan nyo po, baliktad. Kapag ka positively skewed, skewed to the right, mabababa yung scores ng inyong estudyante. If there's no skewedness, skewedness is zero, that means normal score distribution. Na karamihan ng inyong mga estudyante ay nasa gitna, nasa average. Okay? So bell curve yung inyong magiging graph. Alright? And so the correct choice there would be skewed to the right or positively skewed, very difficult. Karamihan sa mga estudyante mo, mabababa yung inyong scores. Alright? So 6 is A. We go to number 7. If you are to determine if you realized your intended learning outcomes, which of the following portfolios would you require? Letter A, evaluation portfolio. Letter B, development portfolio. Letter C, showcase portfolio. Or letter D, assessment portfolio. Okay, what is our choice? Number 7. Okay lang maligwak, no? So again, Team Bruner, Gurong Pinoy, this is a safe place for all of you para maligwak. At dito tayo matututo, no? So okay lang medyo maligwak tayo. That's very understandable because of course, many of you are fresh grad and under the new TOS, no? And many of you, halo siguro 75% or 50% of your time ay ginugol sa module at sa online learning. Okay? So medyo kinapos siguro ng preparation, no? So prior to graduation. But then again, we still have a lot of time para mag-prepare sa inyong let. So wag pong panghinaan ng loob, attend lang ng attend lagi. No? So again, wag pong a-absent, attend lang ng attend. And of course, if you can, become a member of Team Bruner para po nakikita nyo lahat ng ating videos, full length. And of course, na-download nyo po yung ating discussions, yung ating PDF files, at dire-diretso yung inyong review at alam nyo under the new TOS. Okay? So marami akong naririnig na hindi under sa new TOS yung kanilang pinag-aaralan. No? So medyo luma pa yung items. And of course, we all know that the LET now is under the new competency. So dapat bago yung ating mga pinag-aaralan. Okay? Merong additional na bago. Hindi na fresh. Sabi ni Ma'am Jessa Meres. Okay, D. Karamihang choice niyo ay letter D, and that of course is tumpak. Okay, so that's assessment portfolio. If you want to check whether you have realized you have reached your intended learning outcomes, assessment portfolio, yung ating pong hinahanap. Okay, so letter D, assessment portfolio. Let's take a look at the different types of your digital portfolios or portfolios. Okay, so unang-una, you have your showcase portfolio. This is a collection of best work from the term showcase. This is also called presentation, formal, professional, or career portfolio. This is written after learning takes place and may involve student choice. So pinapakita ng estudyante yung best work niya. That's your showcase portfolio. Process portfolio, of course, from the term itself, it would show progress. No? So it's a work in progress. It's also called learning, development, reflection, or formative portfolio. So written as the learning is happening with a focus on reflection. So tayo nung undergrad tayo, ito yung pinapagawa sa ating portfolio. Remember, in the truest meaning of the word, no, when you say portfolio, it should include all the work of your students. So hindi lamang dapat pinakamaganda, kahit yung mga drafts, yung may mga corrections, ini-include po sa ating portfolio, specifically your process portfolio. Now, assessment, often more formal and less student-centered than a showcase portfolio. Documents learning in line with the objectives. So yan kanina yung ating choice. Hybrid naman, from the term itself, this is a combination of any of this. No? Any two or all of these different types of portfolio. Okay, so the correct choice there would be letter D, assessment portfolio. Hindi po usually ginagamit yung evaluation. Of course, we know evaluation and assessment ay very similar terms, okay? But evaluation places judgment kasi assessment, you are just measuring whether you have hit your goals, whether you have hit your objectives. All right, we go to number 8. Which of the following is not correct about the measures of central tendency? Letter A, they are a measure of variability. Letter B, they include the mean, median, and mode. Letter C, they determine how clumped the scores are. Or letter D, they can tell us the average score. Dapat as ito, no? Another typo. Okay. What is our choice? Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Rhea Fe, bye-bye. Tama po yan, ma'am. Mga classmate ko, nag-review center sila pero balak nilang mapasama sa Gurong Pinoy dahil garantisado po. Okay, so we have to make sure that we are hitting the objectives of your LET, no? So hindi yung mga recycled na questions because of course, you will be facing the new competencies, new TOS. So dapat i-updated po yung materials na ating ginagamit. Okay, number 8, C or A? Okay, nag-aagaw, C or A? Which of the following, baka meron na namang nagbulag-bulaga, no? Sabi dito, which of the following is not correct? Not correct. Okay, hindi po tama about the measures of central tendency. So again, meron po tayong video nito, no, sa ating assessment. Hanapin niyo po dyan sa ating YouTube channel, no, Assessment of Learning under Gurong Pinoy, where I've discussed the 3 different measures of central tendency, the mean, median, and the mode. Okay, so which is not correct? And of course, the correct choice here is letter A. They are a measure of variability. Kasi nga, sila ay measure ng central tendency, hindi po variability. When you say central tendency, gaano kalalapit yung scores, the mean, the median, and the mode. Yung inyo namang variability, gaano ka-spread apart yung inyong scores, na your variance, your standard deviation, your range, these are all part of your variability naman. Okay, so the correct choice here is letter A because there is the term not. Okay, meron na namang nagbulag-bulagan, Sir Lester Avila, ligwak, sabi niya. Okay, so nagbulag-bulagan, meron pong not dito. Okay, of course, we know that they include the mean, the median, and the mode. The mean, of course, is the average. The median is the middlemost score, and the mode is the most frequently occurring score. They determine how clumped the scores are. Tama, no? Variability mo, how dispersed or how far apart the scores are. They can tell us the average score because, of course, the mean is the average. All right? And so the correct choice would be letter A for number 8. We go to number 9. When comparing the variability of 2 sets of scores, which is best? Letter A, range. Letter B, variance. Letter C, standard deviation. Or letter D, coefficient of variation. Okay, at least natututo kayo, di ba? Minsan, sinasabi ko lagi sa inyo, no, minsan alam nyo yung sagot, pero hindi nyo alam kung paano sumagot. And so, nababawasan yung yabang factor natin. Minsan, parang siguradong-sigurado kayo, ito na yung sagot. Yun pala, ligwalkers, okay? Dahil meron kayong mga words na hindi nakikita. And so, natututo tayo na tingnan na mabuti, analyze ng mabuti yung ating sentences, yung ating questions, especially po sa ating Prof Ed, no? So dito sa Prof Ed, hindi ko po kayo pinapamemorize. Again, kayo ay aking tinuturuan na himay-himayin yung ating questions, maghanap ng hints, no? Analyze yung questions kasi ito po yung inyong babauning bala when you get to your licensure exam for teachers. Hindi man parehas yung words, alam nyo kung paano i-analyze and so alam nyo kung ano yung magiging choice ninyo, no? Magiging tamang choice. Okay, so karamihan po ng ating mga estudyante sa Gurong Pinoy, matataas yung Prof Ed. While the rest of the review centers, yun yung laging mabababa, no? Sa atin dito, talagang ihahasain kayo sa ating Prof Ed. Okay, letter D. Letter D, I see a lot of letter Ds sa ating pong question number 9. Okay, so sabi dito na number 9 mo, lahat ng ito ay measures of variability. No? So kabaliktaran sila ng central tendency mo kanina. When you say variability, sometimes you also use the term dispersion or dispersal. Gaano ka spread apart yung scores. Okay? Pero sabi dito, alin dito yung inyong magagamit if you have two sets of scores. That means hindi lamang iisang data set yung inyong pinapanood. Okay? So, hindi lamang po data set, ang isang data set yung inyong titingnan, pero dalawang data sets. Okay? Mhm. So, is it the range, the variance, standard deviation, or coefficient of variation? The correct choice here would be letter D. That's your coefficient of variation. So, this one is a measure of relative variation. Medyo masakit sa mata, no? But again, if you are a member of Team Bruner, mada-download niyo po ito. It's always presented as a percentage. It shows variation relative to mean, and this is used to compare two or more groups. So ito yung ating hinahanap, the two sets of scores. Your range, variance, and standard deviation would all be using one set of data. Okay, so one data set lamang. Ang range mo, again, this is the easiest. No, this is the most obvious, the easiest for you to solve because this is only highest score minus lowest score. Variance and standard deviation, medyo madugo yung ating formula. Hindi ko na in-include because I don't think the LET is going to ask you about their formula. Okay, but for this question, letter D ang ating tumpak na choice. Okay, so letter D po ang tumpak na choice. We go to question number 10. When computing for the final grade in a learning area, K to 12 utilizes letter A, cumulative, letter B, averaging, letter C, norm reference grading, or letter D, zero-based grading. Okay, what is our choice? Tama yan, Ma'am Cherry Dinyoso Ligwak pero natuto. Sir Mark Tyrone Taberao, thank you Gurong Pinoy. Maraming salamat din po. Okay, number 10, what is our choice? For number 10. Okay, so sabi sa number 10, kapag ka nagko-compute ka ng final grade, no, maaaring yung iba sa ating mga kaguro dito ay nagtiteach na sa senior high. No, marami po tayong mga dating estudyante, dating kaguro na nagtuturo sa senior high school, iba po yung undergrad, at karamihan sa kanila ay miyembro ng Team Thunders. No? So, pero karamihan din sa kanila ay naipasa yung kanilang licensure exam for teachers. So kahit na Team Thunder ka, okay lang po yan. No? Manalig ka lamang, and of course, trust the process. Ika nga ng aking daughter, no? Just trust the process. So always, attend lang ng review, wag lang dibdibin kapag ka ikaw ay naliligwak, isipin na ito po ay parte ng ating pagkakatuto. Okay? So, okay lang po yan. Medyo may edad na tayo, pero kaya-kaya pa rin maging licensed professional teacher. Facebook user, yes po. I-re-upload nyo po ba itong live natin? Hindi po ito nawawala sa ating group, sir or ma'am. Okay, number 10, ABC. Ano yung ginagawa sa K-12? Paano, for example, nakukuha yung ating final grade? If you have a semestral na klase, for example. Okay, semestral na klase. Or kung meron kang sa grade 10, for example, grade 7, 8, 9, 10, at meron kang 4 quarters, paano nakukuha yung final grade? Okay, the correct choice, of course, should be averaging. Okay, so averaging po yung ating ginagamit, no? Hindi po cumulative, average yung ating ginagamit. So, you get the average of the first, second, third, and fourth quarters, or you get the average of the first semester and second semester. Hindi pala first semester, second semester, first quarter and second quarter kapag ka first semestral yung subject, or third quarter and fourth quarter kapag ka second semester yung inyong subject. Okay? So, averaging yung ginagamit. Okay? So, averaging po, hindi cumulative, hindi norm reference, hindi din zero-based. Average yung ginagamit sa final grade. Alright? We go to number 11. Based on DepEd's present grading system, which assessment are used to grade students? Letter or number 1, formative assessment. Number 2, summative assessment. Number 3, assessment of learning. Letter A, 1 only. Letter B, 1 and 2. Letter C, 2 and 3. Or letter D, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so again, kung hindi ka pa po member ng Team Bruner, magpa-member na po. Hintayin po namin kayo. Okay, garantisado, hindi po namin kayo bibitawan at pababayaan until the day that you take the let, until the night prior to the let, no, meron pa po tayong balang pinapabaon. Okay, so again, magpa-member na po para tuloy-tuloy po yung ating panunood. Just send a message sa ating pong Facebook page. Okay, I see a lot of letter C's for number 11. Tumpak kaya ito? Tama kaya ang letter C for number 11?